And we're live. So welcome everybody to episode 22 of Transformers and Such podcast. And as usual, I'm Six Shot. Today we're going to be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the first time. So this is going to really rack some of our brains to take us all the way back to the 80s and all the stuff that we've seen since. So it should be interesting. So to kick us off, and a quick introduction to everyone we've got on the cast. As usual, we have All in a Blur.
Hello.
And we also have Pex.
Hello. I look different to the last time you all saw me.
Yes.
You look like a different guy, to be fair. You're not actually recognisable.
I am not Pez, I am his mystical secret something. And apparently my son's Kadabra just evolved.
Indeed. Also, we have with us Tony and Jessica from Toast and Toys. Would you guys like to do a quick introduction?
How's it going?
Hello.
So, let's just talk a little bit about Toast and Toys before we get into it. So, do you want to just give a quick intro, Tony, to your channel and what you guys do?
Yeah, we pretty much we seem to do
Action figure reviews.
Yeah,
movie reviews.
yeah, action figure reviews with a little bit of alcohol on the side.
A lot of alcohol on the side. But we
yeah.
are missing our key Javier Julio. I'm the cameraman. I'm filling in.
Yeah.
So.
But you know, we just tend to review all kinds of different toys, you know, and we tend to drink alcohol, and we're like an offshot of
Bots and shots.
yeah. So we don't get as many views as Boston Shots, but you know,
He does.
So
And you consume toast as well.
right. Well, we used to, but not anymore, man. That kind of dropped off.
Yeah. Maybe you just need to switch it around and maybe move to something like breadsticks, you know, something else.
That's true too, right? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, so we're going to put a link to your channel into the description below for viewers to check it out. Strongly suggest that they do.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to quickly go around with our mascots. So to kick us off, Pex, what are you packing today?
Oh, good Lord, you come to me first. I wasn't ready! Today, I'm not bringing a toy, per se, as my mascot. I have brought with me my one of my copies of, if I can get it to focus. That looks close enough.
Was that Magic the Gathering one?
It is indeed. This is Elendra of the Dusk Rose, who is a key component of my current deck that I've just finished building. So I brought that.
Nice.
From my deck. The so key to my deck that she's actually on the back cover of the sleeve. So yes, I brought her because I thought, yeah, why not?
Awesome. Awesome. Well, what have you got all in a blur? What's your your mascot?
I have my SH Figuarts Raphael.
Excellent.
Lovely. And he has die-cast feet.
How's the articulation on that figure?
Oh, it's wicked. It's got so much articulation.
I figured.
Man.
His
You
head
did a
move,
review on that, didn't you?
double jointed shoulders, and he's got elbows and wrists and knees. Got a rocker. His toes move.
Oh man. See, if I was into turtles, I'd be all over that shit. But
It's amazing. He's so good.
wow.
Very nice. And where did you get that one from?
You did. starting to toot your own horn or anything.
Absolutely not.
Fishing
So
for-
you've done a review of that one. So if people want to check it out, it's on this channel. I'm sure they can do a search. Okay, so let's move on to Tony and Jessica. Have you guys got?
Well,
information?
Jesse, yeah, she had to step out, but I've got old Todd McFarlane toys, Pumpkinhead from back in the early '90s.
Nay.
Yeah, his articulation kind of sucks, but the sculpt is like dead on, and I love that movie, so it's a pretty cool figure.
That is very cool. I do like that.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how many figures of that line do you have currently?
From the McFarlane toys or just the Pumpkinhead line?
I guess either or both.
Oh God, McFarlane toys. Let me see. Probably about 10 figures, man.
Wow.
Now, if you was to say NECA, I got a shit ton, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's looking good. That's looking good. Okay, so I have brought a mascot as well, and this is my Shredder figure. And I did a review of this as well. So it's got loads of accessories, including the helmet and different weapons. So if you want to see full details of that, again, it's on the channel. You can check it out. But this is a great figure. Really love it. It's really good articulation and just loads and loads of great kit. So
Sweet, sweet.
yeah, I have to admit it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a winner. He would definitely beat the Turtles.
I was going to say, tonight, did he dine on turtle soup?
Oh, yes, he did. But anyway, okay, so now we've got that out of the way, let's move into the topic of Turtles. So it's quite an old fandom now, and it's obviously had feature-length films. It's got several shows, cartoons, and it's got a comic book. It's got several ranges of the toys over the years. It's quite a rich fandom, and it's still going. It's still going strong right now. Nickelodeon, I believe, own the property to that. So let's duke it around the table. Who used to watch it as a kid? Who remembers back that far?
Oh, I used to watch the old cartoon.
Yeah.
The first films.
Yeah.
Same.
I watched the cartoons along with, like G.I. Joe and Transformers and shit. And then when the first movie came out, I saw the first movie, but then I don't know, for some reason everything just died off for me, and that was about it.
Yeah, I watched all of them. I watched all of the films as well, the live action ones. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed the films as well. And I think growing up, they were just sort of set at the right age, I suppose, for how old I was. But then I kind of got out of it, like I did with a lot of toys, as I started to get that little bit older. And I think Turtles was no different. But again, as an adult, the nostalgia just comes back because they're these iconic green dudes. I like green.
Yeah.
And they're just turtles. And who doesn't like turtles, right? Turtles are amazing.
I like turtles.
And turtles who eat pizza? I mean, you can't. I mean, shit.
There's no faulting it.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the coolest things about turtles is they're just so different to every other creature out there, right? I suppose a similarity with a tortoise, but the fact they swim and they go so deep under the ocean, they're kind of a unique creature, aren't they, in their own right?
Unfortunately, they're young that come out of the eggs that have to reach the beach. It's such a bad situation for them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How's everything going, man?
Chilling. I don't have a turtle totem, but I got a turtle shirt.
Nice.
And I brought the Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh yeah. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So just quick introductions then. So Smith was on the show last time, and Smith, just quick introduction to your channel for all the viewers.
Name is Smith from Smith Super Awesome Reviews. I do Transformers, Marvel Legends, Dragon Ball Z, and pretty much anything I deem super awesome. So, but mainly it's Transformers. That's my bread and butter. So.
Sweet. I'll have to check out your channel, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man. Check it out. I'm always, if you got one, definitely let me know, because I always like to watch people's reviews. I love toys. I love figures. I love pop culture. That's what I do.
Sweet.
And we're talking turtles, man. I go back, I'm a product of the 80s. So, love me some turtles.
I hear you.
So we've got some people in the chat, so I just want to give a quick hello and shout out to those guys. We've got Marvel and DC 379 Charles. Thank you very much for watching, Charles. We've got Jeff Solo. We've also got Hot Rod Prime, and he's asking a question: who is that man, that shaved man pretending to be Pet?
I have an imposter sent here by the Illuminati, something dark side. I don't know. It's just me. I'm shaved. The caveman has been shaved and put in a suit.
No.
It's happened. Also, we've got Patriot Prime Reviews as well, just checking in. We've got Mike Case checking in here on his lunch break. So, are you, Mike? We tried to get him on here, but we just couldn't afford his fee. So he said he'd come and give us a pro bono soon.
I don't even see Mike.
No, he's in the chat. He's in the chat.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just went through the mascot, Smith. Do you want to show us your mascot just quickly?
Well, I got a Marvel Selects. My lady, she got this for a Valentine's gift for me.
Nice.
That figure is so heavy. You can kill somebody, man. I swear.
You can definitely bludgeon someone with this.
I
wonder if you did bludgeon somebody to death with that. Who would they write up for it? Your name?
I mean, it's a hefty dude, man. He's beefy, man. I'm talking like he's a total beefcake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a serious piece of plastic.
It is. I mean, like, I was eyeing this guy for like months, and I'm like on the fence of, do I want him? Do I want him? And I guess she noticed me every time we went to my comic book store, I would stop to eyeball him. So she took it to that next step and just, I come home from work and he's sitting on my couch taking up my space. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, he's a badass figure, man.
He is. I mean, he's limited on certain posabilities, but that's not the point.
He's just a heavy motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's just there to just look ominous and formidable, and he does that. He does that to a T. So I'm like, all right, box checked off. So we're good.
Right.
But other than that, man, it's I've been racking up on some new figures. I just started racking up on some of them Power of the Primes, and it's a mixed bag for me. But to the most part, it's starting off pretty good. I'm definitely looking for the next waves to come out because Toy Fair just dropped. Oh man,
some hot shit on Toy Fair, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to get my ramen noodle supply ready because. It's definitely about to get real. So
I hear you.
No, that's sweet. So just before you joined, Smith, we just went around our mascots and I showed this one. This is my Shredder.
That's nice. I have. That is like badass, man. I've seen that online, and again, it's one of those things where I sit there and I'm like, do I need it or do I want it? You know what I mean? Because it's just. Like I said, I'm down so many rabbit holes that I have to make choices. Like, I don't even have shelf space, but it's like I want
don't have
it.
shelf space. I don't have wallet. Shit, I'm broke as fuck, bro.
Listen. I live on a steady spaghetti diet, so it's trust me on that. Like I'm just like I save money just to pay rent and buy figures.
I hear you, man.
Like I don't need new shoes. I go to Walmart, you know. I get shirts. I got more than 3 shirts, so it's okay. I'll be all right. You know, because shit, I just bought got a bunch of Marvel Legends. I got a bunch of Transformers. I still got stuff in the box. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. It's like, where's the shelf space? You know, my guest bedroom it's no longer, habitable for anybody to come and sleep in it. They have to sleep on the couch. Such is life, They learn, they'll deal, they'll live. The couch is comfortable. It's a recliner, so they'll be okay. They'll manage.
Oh boy,
Crazy.
Yes.
Hot Ronnie Prime just said he can't see Smith, so I think your camera's on and off or something like that.
Let me see.
It seems to be working for us. So
Yeah, looks fine to me.
Yeah, I think I'm in there.
That's
And also, just a quick side. I gotta say, out of all the primes that have come out, this is probably the best one. And this is the power of the primes. This one, out of the Titans, yeah, this is probably the best that Hasbro has produced.
In what way? In what way would you say it's the best?
Just the look, the face, just the sculpt. Now the stickers they had on it were really shit, so I had to put on a repro label on my own.
Oh yeah. I mean, that shit's got to represent right too.
Yeah, but like just all off, just silhouettes.
Yeah,
It definitely checks that box.
How do you this gun?
good, bro. It looks good.
The gun looks good. I mean, like shit, everything about it. Just the head sculpt is just like, that's a winner for me. Now the Rodimus one, I got that as well. Shoulders could have been a little bit better. The legs become the arms.
Yeah.
Is weird. It's kind of one of those you gotta keep looking at it for a while to get used to it. So it's slowly but surely warming up to me. But the Prime one, is definitely like I would say like probably the best they've done. Now, if they could paint their wheels, that's the biggest grind that I have is just like Hasbro. Come on, 5 more minutes.
Hey,
5 more minutes and paint those wheels, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Titans return chrome domes wheels. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's just
Somebody
like
figure that shit.
So just quickly, guys, looking at the comments, and I can now actually see the same thing when I look on YouTube myself. I can't see Smith.
Really?
Yeah, we can hear you, but no one can actually see you. So do you want to try disconnecting and reconnecting it to see if it fixes it?
Yeah, I could definitely do that. Give me a minute. I will return in 2 and 2.
Yeah, I'll send you a new. With the original series of the Turtles, what was your sort of favourite memories of it? And was there any bits you hated or any bits you really loved? I'll kick this off. For me, and I'm going to get geeky now, one of my favourite things about Ninja Turtles right from the get-go was the Bebop and Rocksteady, because they were just a couple of clowns, and then mutants, which I thought was straight out of sort of Thundercats or something like that. And they're kind of cool because they wore clothes like they were punks, punk rockers, but they were animals. I love that. I also had a major thing for the Technodrome. I thought that was one badass mobile command center with a big eye at the top. I mean, that's just awesome, right?
True.
But I like the bad guys better than the good guys. So for me, Krang and Shredder were just fun. I love Krang's voice. That
Yeah, I was going to
croaky.
say Krang's voice was just
Yeah.
Just his Krang as a character overall was just a whole thing of a thing. He was spot on for what I wanted as the bad guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they could have done much better. As far as I was concerned, I mean, blasphemy though it is to say, for me, Krang was actually the best bad guy going at the time, and that does mean that Megatron and Galvatron and the likes they took a back seat to Krang. In my mind.
Yeah, Krang I think was just the most awesome. Now I've just got a few comments coming through as well from the viewers again. So we've got Two Can Play That as just says Casey Jones was cool. That's a good mention.
Mm.
Yeah. You got the hockey mask, you got the stick. He was a bit like Jason, but instead of being a horror guy,
I remember. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Didn't they put him in the newest? I've not seen the newest films. I've watched like a third of the Michael Bay first Michael Bay film, and I've not seen the second one at all, even though it's got Seamus in it. But didn't they put Casey Jones in that film? I'm sure I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, he is in the new films, I think. Yeah, I've got a feeling he is. I can barely remember for some reason, so I haven't watched it in a while.
Stephen Amell in it.
Yeah.
In the new ones. It's Arrow.
Yes, you're right. Now it's come back to me. Yeah, that's right. So Smith, we just checked and no one can see you still.
I'm just an apparition. Ooh. I'm a disembodied voice. Ooh. I don't know why. That's.
Is your camera on?
Yeah, it should be on. I see everything. I hear everything. I got the invite. That's
I see
the first,
but just not.
I guess YouTube just deemed me not fit for television.
It's a Bullet Club hat.
I just have the face for radio. I think that's what it is right now.
Well, Hot Rod Prime has just said that they can hear your lovely voice, they just can't see you.
Yeah, no, it's the Bullet Club hat.
Oh, don't, not the Bullet Club.
That's what it is. That's what it is. You've got a Bullet Club hat on, and they've just gone no.
Do I have to wear the mask? I don't want to wear the mask. Oh, okay. Maybe this will help.
Nice. And that you appear to have disappeared as well. People can hear you, but they can't see you.
I can see everything.
Goddamn people are crazy.
I know.
Obviously, it's the black people.
Exactly. Yeah. The people of colour have disappeared off our screens randomly for some strange reason.
YouTube was finally taken over by the feminists, and they've gone full-blown racist.
I just can't. I don't know how to get you back, guys.
Greetings from Cobra.
Right. Unfortunately, no one else can actually see what we're seeing. It's very cool.
I put the mask on, and now what?
See what you.
This never happens in my organization. I'll have to talk to Destro about these things.
Yeah, when you're not being Starscream.
Yes, but we don't talk about that.
Moonlighting job is not spoken of.
Well, I would say try sending me an invite again, and we'll see what happens. If not, I will just have to entertain the masses who can see me. Cobra. And if not, I will be having stern words with Dr. Mindbender about this.
Oh, that's crazy. So how did you come across this mask then?
Oh, it's a lucha mask.
Oh, nice.
Yes. But it is also part of my secret terrorist organization. You might have heard of it. It's called Cobra. We have a good dental plan, And we are equal opportunists. We invite all genders to join our organization. As long as you hate the G.I. Joes, you are welcome.
That's fantastic.
Just look out for Destro. He's kind of handsy if you're a woman. I'm just saying. You don't know what he's doing under that thing he calls a face.
You just give you fair warning.
Unlike myself, Cobra Commander, I like to change it up every now and then to keep them guessing.
I've just posted a picture of your mask in the Transformers and Such pin post comments so that people can actually see what they're missing here.
Cobra. Okay, I'm gonna back out. Send it again. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Cobra.
It might work.
Am I still invisible too?
Right, we'll see. We'll see. At the moment, yes, but I don't know if that's about to change because I'm waiting for my refresh on YouTube. Right then, so I said what I liked with Turtles, so let's get on to All in a Blur. What was your favourite thing about it?
About the Turtles?
Yeah, what did you like?
I think it was just I was at the right age for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I always remember watching the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtle. Actually, yeah, it was Teenage Mutant.
That was my favorite thing about it, was the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
very catchy, wasn't it?
It was catchy, and I would sing that shit by myself.
It was catchy.
He was in a half shell, total power. I'm like, that's the shit.
Exactly. And that's when that came on, you knew you was gonna be like, yes, I got something cool.
I'm eating pizza and shit. I'm like, come on, Donatello.
Yeah.
I do like it. What about your favourite turtle? So mine is Raph. What's yours, Tony?
Mine, honestly, my favorite color is red, and I would if my favorite color is red, I would have to go with the Raphael also, and he had those size. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool, man. I mean, yeah, I think mine would be my favorite also, would be Raphael.
Yeah. Yeah. Raphael, I liked him because I like his sides that he carried.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that he was kind of a bit of a rebel, he was quite provocative. And he's big. He's big, right?
Yeah. Big turtles.
Yeah. You like them big.
Well.
Can I be seen now?
I always liked Mikey. I was always a Mikey fan.
So we got two Mikeys there. Have we got one? No, we got Natalie likes Mikey, myself and Tony like Raph. Pex, who do you like?
I was the Donatello man.
Donatello. And what about yourself, Smith? Who was you?
I liked Mikey because, I was big into the whole pizza thing. But I did like Donatello because he was good with technology. So I would have to say it's a little bit of both. I do like the nunchucks, so I would give it more to Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Plus, who doesn't like a good slice of pizza every now and then?
My key for not going down the Michelangelo path and sticking with Donatello when I was a kid, is when all of us would be our turtle. You'd have one guy with some forks, and with one guy who had some form of sword, and then you'd have the kid who had the nunchucks who would spin them around and immediately clock himself squarely between the legs. And I was there with a big stick. Of all of us, who was really going to win? I had a big stick, and it was actually
you like your big sticks, Pex.
I'm a big fan of big sticks.
You've mentioned them several times tonight.
Yeah, well, I stand by my statement. If something stops working, whack it with a big stick. Whether that be technology or woman, it works the same.
Oh, dear. You better hope they don't get that big stick on you.
Well, horses for courses.
Horses now. Well, we've got some more comments. So Mike Case is a Mikey fan as well. Who knew? And what else we got here? So we have, let's see. Michelangelo is the best. He's a party dude for Mike Case. We have two can play that asked the question: who had the first movie soundtrack?
I did. I had that.
Yeah,
I never owned a movie soundtrack until the Mortal Kombat soundtrack.
is the movie soundtrack the one with "Rocking Over the Beat" with Technotronic on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't have it, but I had everything by Technotronic anyway, because that was my jam when I was young. So, yeah. Cool. Okay, next one. Holson85 asks, what do you guys think of the new upcoming TMNT cartoon? Art looks awful in his opinion. What do you guys think?
I've seen the artwork. It does look a little, it's kind of a garish eyesore. I was kind of just got used to the last previous version. I don't know why they would change it, but you know, they're always trying to reinvent the wheel so they can sell new toys. So, you know, what can you do?
Yeah. That's true. I mean, we bought a toy for, was it George, Nat? And it wasn't too good, was it? In the last meet, the one before last.
It wasn't the new one.
No?
No, that was it. That wasn't for the new series. That was for the one that's on there.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't think much of that. It transformed though, didn't it? It turned into something.
It was like a weird split in half and turned into. What did it turn into?
I can't remember, but it was awful. Patriot Prime Reviews has just said that he likes Leonardo because of the double katanas. I think that's the one that we bought for George with the double katanas.
Yeah, yes, it was. It turned into swords, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it turned into two swords. Yeah, yeah. So two could play that. So Don was his favourite. That's cool. So there you go, Pex. You're not alone.
Yeah.
And we have Mike Case says he can still sing all the lyrics of Turtle Power. There's your challenge, Mr. Case, for your next spots and shots. We want to hear your vocals of Turtle Power. You and Zach getting down. Plex75 Graham has said, I had the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. There you go, Pex.
I would have to say the best soundtrack would have to be Transformers the movie. That's my personal favorite. But I have a huge bias, so you can't really take that with a grain of salt. So,
yeah.
But it is the best.
Pocket full of salt.
Get you some Stan Bush. You got some Lion. You got some Weird Al, man. You got a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. I absolutely love it. Absolutely. I'll say NRG.
The other movie soundtrack that I had was the Addams Family.
Which one? The one with Hammer?
Yeah, it's a Hammer, isn't it?
Well, I mean, come on now. You had to have that. It's Hammer, you know.
Yeah, it's Hammer time.
He's too legit to quit, man. Come on. How could you not?
But his entourage was just too damn big. That's the reason why his ass went broke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No one said he was ever smart with his money. Okay, he was just too legit to quit. Okay, no one said he was financially sound.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know.
He spent too much money on the sides of his trousers. They were quite, big at the top. I actually did have the Too Legit to Quit cassette tape when I was a kid. I remember that. Yeah.
You know, no one ever claimed he was a financial genius. Really good dancer.
Oh,
Not so good with money. Who could have thought? Hindsight, right?
Right.
There's always 2020.
So Two Can Play That says it was a fun soundtrack. A friend gave it him in vinyl. record a couple of years back. You found it for £1 at a car boot, so that's pretty handy. Mike Casey's going back to work, so see ya, Turtle Power Buddy.
Bye, Mike. Have fun at work.
And since we're talking about Turtle soundtracks, how are we skipping Ninja Rap by the great Vanilla Ice? Come on, man. How are we glancing over that from Turtles Part 2, Secret of the Ooze? Come on, man.
And
Ninja Rap.
Soundtrack to Cold as Ice is probably the hottest shit out.
Ooh, that's a deep cut right there. Cold as Ice. Ooh. You're going back, man. You can't even find that on Netflix. You can't even find that on Netflix. It's so exclusive. Oh.
Yeah, no shit, right?
You drop that zero, get with the hero.
That shit was hot, bro. That whole movie was just about a big video.
Who doesn't love that montage where they're just running through a construction site? It just fits for the movie. Everything about it is just like cutting edge. It's one of those underappreciated movies. It's like, why? Why are we still not? It needs more prominence.
So on the new film, one of the newer films, and Nat will know which one. I like the bit where they're in the elevator and they start rapping.
Yes. Oh, we're talking new movies now. Oh. That's that Michael Bay stuff. You made my heart stop for a few minutes. Hold on.
We all know how you love a bit of Bay.
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I've had nowhere near enough of this to be doing Michael Bay.
Yeah,
we hear you out in the town, Smith, going Bay.
Oh yeah, it's the bane of my existence. It is. It's just okay. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but
go off on a tangent if it gets us away from that.
The Turtle movies in a whole, it's like this. Okay, it's Michael Bay once again trying to reinvent the wheel when the wheel had no flat. And it wasn't broken and could have been left alone. The whole April O'Neil of they were my turtles and I gave them names. And shut up. Okay, no. What was wrong with what we had? Turtles in a sewer, some mysterious ooze, got trained by a man who became a rat. What was wrong with that?
That's because I can tell you the answer to that from Twat Face's point of view. He didn't see it, he didn't give a shit about it, and this was a way of him making it far, far more convoluted and less interesting.
It's just like stop it, just stop it.
The way it was set up, there were no explosions with small children. Now there was an explosion with small children. That's Michael Bay's fucking fetish complete. He went off, he masturbated furiously in his trailer, and left the film to be made by other people until there was another explosion to be fucking.
And then we get the two different Shredders, and it's just like, did you not even watch your first movie when you made the second one? Because it's like you had some old withered dude in the shadows who was Shredder, or the white guy who was Shredder, and then all of a sudden we get this young Asian who, by the way, doesn't choose to wear the outfit for the entire goddamn movie, and it's just like, I quit when I saw Whoopi Goldberg. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. I tried to watch it on TV when it came out. I think it was on like Hulu or Netflix or something, and I'm just like, I got through that part, and like the moment April is dialoguing with Whoopi, I'm just like, I told my girl, I said, turn this shit off. Turn it off now. Like, I'm done.
This seems like a wise decision. I never even got to that part.
I'm done. And I watched the second one. It was like on a bootleg website, and even with the bad grainy footage, I knew it was garbage. I was just like, oh, what is this?
.to, gentlemen, GoMovie.to if you really want to.
It's just like, oh, and Casey Jones again. Just I love how in movies people who wear masks somehow no longer wear masks. You know,
Yeah.
like that's the selling point is
Yeah.
the mask. I don't care to see Stephen Amell. I know what he looks like. I
Yeah.
watched Arrow. We know what he looks like.
You don't care.
Put the goddamn hockey mask on, okay?
You know, now I have to completely agree with you because I mean I'm the same. I'm not a big Marvel DC guy. Okay, I don't know as much about it. It's not my main thing. But I watched Arrow while painting on Warhammers because it was on, and Nat was watching it. And I'm not knocking the guy's acting. I'm sure he's very good. He wasn't really for me, if I'm honest.
No.
He wasn't really for me. And for me, films that are quite often made by good acting, or at least actors that I think have something for the part. And I hear what you're saying. I'm not a big fan of, is it Megan Fox? I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Whoopi Goldberg's new stuff. Her old stuff, really old stuff like the Star Trek and before that, I really liked. And the new stuff, it just isn't. It's the stuff she's doing, isn't just for me. And I feel a bit like in that film, between the director, the actors at the bit, and the fact it was nothing like My Turtles, it was just Michael Bay. It was a classic, wasn't it? It's what he did with Transformers. He managed to do it again.
Well, see, that's because he trapped us on the second one because he gave us the promise of Bebop and Rocksteady. And everybody saw that trailer and we was just like, oh my God, he might be doing something right this time.
Yeah.
No.
Then you watched it, and then it's like you even gave us a legit Baxter Stockman. You know, you gave us the comic book Stockman, which was Black Man, but then you skipped. Like you kind of had him there.
Yeah.
But it was just like and Krang and just the Terradrome, and it's.
The Terradrome pissed me off.
Like I said, I get chest pains when I think about these things.
You'll note, everybody here will note that my face has not turned to stone and I've not started vomiting from my eyes because I've not seen the new film. Because I saw a third of the first one and went, no, Michael Bay is still a wanker, and moved on with my life.
He is. But like I said, I try to give it the benefit of the doubt. Like I said, let me just.
I refused.
Yeah, but I didn't. But see, that's the thing. I didn't give it money. That's my thing. I don't give it money. I watch it.
I never gave the first one money either. So
he got money from me one time. That was it.
There's some comments that we've got here. We've got Holson85 says, anybody notice that the Bay turtles were too big to fit through sewer holes openings? What are they called? And of course, manholes, I think someone said. But yeah, I think they were pretty huge. I mean, I think they were meant to be huge, right? They should have been huge the first time around. But the reason they weren't is because it's for kids and kids like smaller things.
But the originals got it best with the puppetry suits. They looked more legit than that CGI abortion that he gave us.
That wasn't a turtle.
Those looked more legit, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those other ones that he gave us were grown ass somethings.
Dinosaurs.
Not even. I mean, those is like what is that? Like, what is that, man? Like I said, the first two turtle movies that we got as kids, I looked at them and they look like turtles. They look like something that ripped from cartoon to live action. And then we get 20 years later and it's like, wait, this is CGI. This is technology?
Yeah.
That we can't outdo puppetry? I think
the fact that the Technodrome was such a letdown was a big blow for me because I was really hyped, as you said, that was getting Bebop and Rocksteady, but then the Technodrome, that was what I really wanted to see, and it wasn't the Technodrome, was it?
No, we got the cliche of things pop out from the sky. You know, that trope that's been used now for 10 years where things just come from the sky and starts raining down on us and it's just a hot mess. And then he doubled down and did it all over again in the last Transformer movie, just like, I'm just going to recycle shit because
he's Michael Bay and
because
requisite 42 explosions per second. He can't get hard that now.
I'm surprised that he didn't go full hard and give us U.S. military. He just gave us police. Like normally, if he wanted to go full on rock hard erection, he'd have given us some
aircraft carriers and shit.
Yeah, we'd have got aircraft carriers. We'd have got dudes with suits with lots of fucking medals. And all the camouflage fatigue that you can and just black ops, everything. He went full on, American flag, saluted, rock flag and eagle. I mean, but he didn't go that route. He just gave us, NYPD. I'm just gonna give you a chub, not so hard.
I have
Blue Angels and shit.
I have 2 words for you, gentlemen. Turtles 3.
Hey, listen, Turtles. Listen, man. Listen.
If he does a third Turtles, and let's be fair, if he's making money, he's going to do a third Turtle. Same way he's going to come back and ruin another Transformers.
So how many of the original Turtle films did we get? Was it 3?
3.
The original ones we got 3. The third one was when they went back in time, which we don't talk about that because
that one doesn't exist. No.
The first 2, like I said, the first 2 were legit. Okay, they I mean, even their continuity was a little off, but at least it was more grounded in original continuities at some point. The third one was just a cash grab, and they just kind of went off the rails with that one. But we don't talk about that.
I think practical effects, you just can't beat that shit, man. And you come in with these damn computers and shit, and everything just looks fake nowadays, bro.
It does. And I mean, even those turtles, they were smaller than April, which works for me because in the cartoon, they were smaller than April.
Yeah.
Right.
So it worked. And like I said, even, put a bunch of dudes who know Kung Fu in a bodysuit with a Jim Henson animatronic mask, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that
I'll take that shit any day.
They were still growing, right? In the original tune, in the original show,
they were
movies, they were still teenagers. They were growing.
Yeah, they were always teenagers, but they never they didn't grow in height. But it kind of gave you that scale. Hey, they were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so they should be at a height of I'm a young person. Yeah, and like I said, if you look at the cartoons and even the original movies, you if we're going by a scale, I'm a Transformer fan, scale's a big thing. April O'Neil was always taller than the Turtles because she was an older woman and they were teenagers. Yeah. So it worked.
So it was just their type, really.
Yeah. But then you get to the Michael Bay thing and we're dealing with goddamn Amazon turtles. That if you got to ask the question, how do they fit down in a manhole in the sewer? You're already failed. You've already failed.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you got to sit there and ask that question, if you really got to go that deep and say, how the hell they gonna fit in a manhole? They're too damn big. Then you've already failed. You failed. You had one job and you failed.
Well, you know what it was, don't you? Michael Bay just figured he could have every manhole explode as they went into it. So
he probably thought that. He probably thought they just bust through the concrete and just turtle power. It's probably what he thought. Also, Casey Jones, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he a vigilante, not a member of the law? I'm gonna be the best cop ever. What the fuck was that? It's like doesn't even have long hair. He's on rollerblades with a crop top fade. What the fuck, man?
So we got comment from Collect75. He's saying the original movie still gives him nightmares. He says those effects were great even for 1981.
Hey, listen.
Oh man!
If they made you feel any emotion, they did their job. The new ones just make you just cringe of how do we take 5 steps back from the originals, and they were just dudes in suits with animatronic heads, and they did the job better. Hell, even their Shredder, that dude didn't pull off his mask to the goddamn end of the film.
Yeah.
He walked around in that shit all movie.
We got a comment from Holson85. It says, it's so hard to feel tension with just CGI, at least for me. The old movies with guys doing stunts in suits were impressive.
Yeah, because you can actually see them fighting. You see the new one, and it's just when you keep adding CGI on CGI, it's just a blurred mess.
It's like watching the introduction to a damn video game, man.
No, video games are better though.
Hang on. I'm about to do my impression of a Michael Bay movie. Oh, look at all the action! Look at the action! Oh,
Yeah,
and then a flag.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But with the originals, you can see them having a fight with the foot soldiers. You know, you can actually see the action. And it's like, how do we go from something that was made in like the goddamn, you know, what was it, 80s, 90s? And then we hear at 2000 plus, and we get a blurred mess? Like, how? How?
Because if you give a franchise to a retard, you're going to get a retard's level film.
Like, especially when you're dealing with characters who are mainly, without their weapons, it's hand-to-hand combat. They're martial artists. You want to see a movie about martial arts, you need to see the martial arts. I want to see the flipping and the kicking and the backflips, and it's just like, whoa, what?
What did you make of the armor that Shredder was wearing in the I think it was the first of the new movies? Because I quite liked his armor where he could shoot stuff out and new bits would come up to replace it.
That was just a reject from his Transformers, and he just needed to put it somewhere else.
See, I look at this guy and I think this is like the original style.
Yeah,
I love, you know.
That's the way it should have been. Like I said, even the original movie, it was a basic dude in a suit full of knives, and it worked so much better. Even when they went and put him in a super shredder for the, you know, that 5 minutes, it still looked way better than the shredder we got now.
Yeah,
hands down. It's just like I don't understand. Like, how do you, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Come on. How many times do people have to tell you this? Like, stop. We don't want your spin. We just want what we saw as kids. Nobody wants your interpretation. You know, if you want to do something original, then make an original film. If someone's giving you a cherished property, just go off the source material and put it into live action. I don't need your spin. I don't need your hard on for the military. I don't need your hard on for fine women. Just give me what, you know, what we grew up on, man. Like, stop thinking that your interpretation is what everybody is asking for, because no one's asking for it. Unfortunately, yeah, there are all those sheep that keep giving you money, but the true fans have stopped to the point where it's like, I'm not giving you money. Like I said, I gave you money one time. That was it. I haven't paid to see any Michael Bay film since the first Transformers, because at that time I gave you the benefit of the doubt. You fucked me over. And I said, never again. You will not catch another dime from me.
I think it's the same with the comic books, because there's a lot of the new comic books are not selling, and it's not one line either. It's across Marvel, DC, and different things. And it's as if the trend it's gone down. And I must admit, I've done less comic books than I used to. I think it's just I got to that age where I've run out of space. I know, Tony, you've run out of space, comic books.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you kind of start getting more digital copies, and also they keep rebooting these things and changing things, and it's just, I haven't got capacity to deal with that.
That's that new initiative of diversity in comics, where they want to take original characters and give them new spins, where it's like, if you want diversity, make new characters. Don't take the ones we've already cared about for however long you've been reading and say, okay, you like Iron Man, but now here's a woman, and now she's Iron Man, and here's Thor, here's a woman, and she's Thor, and you like Hulk, here's a young Asian boy, now he's Hulk. No, keep them and take those characters and give them their own skill sets and powers and fold them in. Don't sit here and try to repackage existing things and then expect readers who have asked you for new stuff, and you say, hey, we're just going to give you recycled things, and then when it doesn't work, oh, that was just temporary, let's bring them back. Because now they're bringing back the Hulk, even though they killed him, but then now they're bringing him back because they realize no one gave a shit about Amadeus Cho as fucking Hulk. You know, no one's giving a shit about Jane Foster as Thor. You know, you wanted to push this narrative of diversity. You can have the diversity. Yeah. Make new characters.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I feel the same, because But the same thing she said, so I don't need to repeat it. You've said it. It's exactly right. I have no issue with diversity. I'm all for diversity, but don't change the character I grew up with because I just won't buy it. They're not the same guys that I actually have an affiliation with. I will still buy your new stuff with all the diversity. If you give me new characters, it's fun and all the rest of it, I'm all for it. But just let me keep what I grew up with, you know what I mean? And I think they've missed that. And the thing is, they're actually going out of business. These comic places are just...
Yeah, and it's hurting businesses because they can't sell comics. So you're basically not only killing your brand, but you're hurting small businesses because now they can't sell anything because nobody wants it. And they'll try to make the argument, well, you guys want it new. Yes, they want it new, not take what we know and change it. You know, they gave us Falcon as Captain America, which at first it had a little resistance, but they kept it because we still had Steve Rogers. But then they try to flip it all together and say, well, Steve Rogers is a Nazi now. He's Hydra. And that failed, and the backlash, now they had to retcon everything to bring it back. And that's what they're trying to do now is bring it all back because they realized that their, SJW Marvel did not work as they planned. They thought they was going to change the world by showing how diverse we are. When you have characters wearing a shirt that says, ask me about my feminism, and it's like, you're just asking for backlash.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't know anything about diehard fans, they're not going to take that shit.
Well, this is the thing. Marvel got inundated by a bunch of whiny bitches going, me feminism and me diversity, me fucking multiculturalism, and then they went, oh, this is what people want. But then they changed everything and realized, shit, the people who are whining at us don't actually buy comic books. They're just bitches whining about something that they have no interest in, apart from the fact that they found something new to gripe about.
Exactly, and they do it about anything and everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, there's not enough diversity in this.
I mean, and the thing is that frustrates me is that, it's all in proportion. If you go back in time, if you go way back in time to the 80s, right, when they started this stuff, and you look at the demographic of people that actually knew anything about it, was buying it, they were selling to a certain demographic, and today they're doing the same thing. They're selling to a demographic. And we're a much more multicultural society today than we were back, because it's, am I right saying 35 years ago? So, of course we need more diversity. That's obvious. That's a given. But exactly what Smith said, let's have actual new material, new characters, new stuff to get into. Otherwise, if they're just going to regurgitate what I've read over the past 3 decades and they're just going to repackage it, they're not selling it to me, so they're selling it to people, as you rightly say, Pex, who don't buy comics. Yeah. They're selling it to people. They're not going to sell these comics, right? It's obvious business logic. Yeah. I mean, I've got a business degree, so this is what I do. But you're not going to sell your comics. You're doing it all wrong.
Yeah, no.
Why they're doing it, I have no idea. I think it's a political agenda.
It is political. They're pandering to the smallest minority who has the biggest mouth. And they don't buy or read. It's the same thing with, when Iron Fist came out on Netflix, everyone complained that Iron Fist got whitewashed. Newsflash, he was always white.
Yeah, he was always a white one.
So how do you whitewash someone whose origins was always white?
Yeah.
You can't whitewash something that was never whitewashed. He wasn't Asian as Iron Fist. No, he was Danny Rand, who crashed and fell into Kunlun and learned the ways of the Iron Fist. So Netflix got it right. You just didn't do your homework and go back and read the goddamn book. So you just assume that, they're just trying to whitewash everything. No, shut up. You do not know what you're talking about. Do your homework. Know your history.
Well, this is what I was going to say. If these people actually knew a damn thing about comic books, they would have taken one look at the X-Men, shut up, and walked away.
Yes, that was all about diversity.
Yeah, the X-Men have been the single most diverse group of superheroes to exist, full stop, going back as far as... they were one of the first teams to have an active female member, and as time has progressed, the single most powerful. female member of the
and the leader of the group at most times.
Yeah.
Storm was the head of the group. Also, for those who claim there weren't strong female characters, so what? Storm doesn't count, I guess. Rogue doesn't count.
Jean
Grey doesn't count. So none of these females didn't exist until now. Like, they've always been there. And yeah, like you were saying, X-Men, their whole thing was they were all about reflecting kind of the civil rights, where they were treated as a minority. They were had prejudice. They had groups that were against them because they were different. That was the whole thing. Now, don't be mad because it was created by a bunch of white men that had an idea like, you know what, I'm going to draw what I know, but also throw in some social commentary, but not cram it down your throats.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been well documented that Professor Xavier and Magneto are meant to be, you know, analogues of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Yes,
because they had those two opposing ideas, but at the end of the day, the goal was effectively the same. You know, but yeah, it's just.
Real quick, can I say something real quick? And I've said this a few times since we're on the subject of comics. Black Panther. I don't know if anybody saw the movie yet. I saw it. It was good.
Not yet. I want to see it.
I haven't seen it either.
I've been saying this now for a few weeks. It's a movie. It's not a movement. Everyone's trying to take it to that level as if I hear another person say this is the first black superhero movie,
Come on, man.
that this is the first all-black cast movie, I am going to lose my shit.
What happened to Blade, man?
Yeah, Blade don't count. Steel don't count. Even, we can go back to fucking Meteor Man. Now listen, hear me out. Were they good? No. That's not the point.
I like Blade.
No. Blade was good. Blade was good. Third one wasn't that great. But I'm saying all the other black superhero movies that came before Blade, were they good? No. You know, it's arguable. Whoever you ask, you know, subject to each person's opinion. But that's not the point. They were a black superhero, mostly in a black cast. And here we are today in 2018. They act like nothing existed before that.
That's because most of the people complaining about this weren't born when Blade 3 came out.
Yeah, and then you have on social media, what does Black Panther mean to me? It means to me that I got a good comic book movie. That's what it means to me. But they're trying to turn it into more what it is and rally black people to be like, oh, let's support this movie. Now, my theory is this. Black Panther made buku bucks, made a lot of money. And the whole narrative is that, you know, as black people, we're supposed to support this movie because it's, quote unquote, the first of everything, like nothing happened before it, you know. So in my opinion, if that's the case, then every black movie that should come out after better fucking be #1 at the box office. But it's not. Because they just rode on a wave of a movie that they knew was going to make money regardless of how you promoted it, because it's Marvel. Yeah. Marvel movies just make money regardless of who you pushing it to. We've been waiting now 10 years. We're now coming into Infinity Wars. They knew it was going to make money, but they wanted to get a little extra money, so they turned it political. And, you know, you got people on Twitter telling only black people should go see it, and white people got to wait till all the black people see it. And I say to you, shut the fuck up, because you're full of shit. Stop race baiting. Stop making this more than what it is. It's a movie, not a movement. All right? It's just a movie. And it kills me, especially that a lot of people, I guarantee you, half the people, especially like black people, didn't even know who Black Panther was until recent years. They probably thought it was about the Black Panther Party. And it's like, you know, don't jump on it. It's kind of like the Deadpool thing where everybody acts like they were down with Deadpool from day one, when you know you're just getting on, you're just now hopping on that train now. Yeah. And I can sit there and tell you that Deadpool wasn't always the merc with the mouth. He was just an assassin. It wasn't until later incarnations that he got a little personality. But, you know, you hear these Johnny-come-latelys that is like, oh, well, you know, I've always been about Black Panther. Bullshit. Tell me, you probably can't even spell T'Challa. Like, stop it. Like, cut the fucking shit, all right? Cut the shit. You know, don't sit here and tell me you was here from day one. Because guess what? When I was a kid and I went to the comic book store, I was the only black face in that bitch. So don't sit there and tell me that you was there day fucking one. You don't even know when new comics come out, bitch. Okay? All right? I know when they come out every fucking Wednesday. You know, new comic book day. So for those who sit there and act like they was there from day one, that they was all about Black Panther, you're full of shit. Get your head out of your ass, because you're full of it. It's a movie, not a goddamn movement. So stop all this shit about the first this and the first that, because it's not. There's been plenty of black casted movies. In fact, there was black casted movies last year getting nominated for Oscars, but those fucking movies don't count. What? I remember Cooley High, okay? I go back. What? We've had black shows, TV, and movies. What, y'all motherfuckers never watched Good Times? You never watched The Jeffersons? These things have existed before. There's been things before 2000, people. Go home, do your homework, know your fucking history.
I've just got to say this one. There's a comment from Holson85. He says, have you heard of all those people who want to travel and visit Wakanda?
Yeah, that's another thing. People are now thinking Wakanda's a real fucking thing. People are sitting there saying that if Africa wasn't colonized, we would have a real Wakanda. Bullshit, because there's no such thing as vibranium. So shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay? You be living in a dirt land surrounded by lions and other wild creatures, and you'd probably be throwing spears. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
But don't you know? Don't you know? They would be Kangs and shit.
Oh, they be Kangs in Africa.
Oh, I've been told that recently.
Yeah, well, listen. Us as black people, they especially here in America, they want to be. We were Kangs, but we treat each other like fucking slaves. So before they get on that goddamn soapbox and try to reestablish black pride, how about you fix your own fucking communities? Wonder why there's so much black on black crime and homelessness and fucking welfare and all this shit before you jump on, well, the white man did this. No, how about stop being a victim and start, looking in the mirror and trying to figure out why your neighborhood is shit when it's predominantly black and the only people doing crime towards each other are other black people. Get off that shit. Get off of that. And then try to take Black Panther and fold it in that this is our moment to rise up. We've had our moment to rise up, and you did nothing. We've had true black leaders, and y'all did nothing. Martin Luther King, nobody cares. Malcolm X, nobody cares. But here comes Black Panther, and all of a sudden we're born again? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Full of shit. And the media perpetuates this bullshit.
Well, they're jumping on the money, aren't they? They just want to steal.
They're jumping on it big time. Fucking the liberal media eats this with a spoon and then regurgitates it and feeds it to the black communities. And because we've been indoctrinated to think that the only way to go is democratic, when the Democrats didn't want us in the first place, but because we now have numbers and we can vote, so they pander to us with this bullshit. But, there are some black people that, you know what, I hate to use the term, are fucking woke. But, it's like, no, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, especially someone who, before nerd culture became popular, being a nerd wasn't a cool thing. Okay, like I said, I grew up in the comic book stores and action figures and all that stuff, and I was deemed a fucking nerd before Big Bang Theory made it cool to be a nerd.
Yeah,
we were not.
A lot of people owe that show, I think.
Yeah, we were not treated as the coolest cats in society. If you play D&D and Magic and all that shit, nobody was inviting you to the party. In fact, you probably got picked on. You probably got bullied for being different. But now, oh, we're the cat's pajamas up in this bitch. but no one who now accepts nerd culture knows anything about it. They just go off of what Big Bang Theory, theory teaches them, and other little places who act like they was there from day one, and it's like you wasn't. You wasn't. You went on Wiki and you did a little reading, but you really don't know.
You get in the praise here, David. There's Daniel Collins and also Patriot Prime Reviews both giving you the big ups here on the comments.
Patriot Prime, I'm a fan of his. I just subscribed to him not too long ago. I did. I love his channel. He is a true American. I salute you, sir. You do our country well, and you got good figures. You know, his G1 collection is definitely top notch.
One of the things I liked about Thundercats and the Turtles actually was the fact that it was all about the masks and the costume aesthetic of bright colours and bigger than life characters, but there wasn't any of that sort of racial stuff because they're their own thing, and I quite like that. I think that there's a lot to learn from that because you get to appreciate the depth of the characters and put your own sort of persona into that without anything else getting in the way. And it's interesting what you said. Recently, they sort of want to take the masks off the characters, and I think the reason for that is that they're worried that it kind of worked back in the day for things like Darth Vader, who was all about the mask and what did he really look like. But they kind of want these big budget actors to be able to act, and I think they think the mask will get in the way, of the acting. And what do you think? Do you think that's why they're sort of trying to unmask?
Oh, that's the only reason they pay all this money for these big budget actors, so you have to see their faces, and they're definitely afraid that if they're masked up, that somehow we won't appreciate it. When it's like, this is why we came here. This is why we came. We came to see Iron Man in the Iron Man suit. I came to see Black Panther with the mask. I came to see Casey Jones with the hockey mask. These are the things that are synonymous with that character. Yeah. It's different when you're dealing with a Superman. All he does is put on a pair of glasses. That's it. But it's almost like the only person they've ever done it right was, to a degree, Batman. Because, God forbid they give us a Batman movie and he's not wearing the fucking cape and cowl.
Yeah.
But everybody else is the exception to that rule. Like, Batman's the only character that I've seen in all incarnations where it's rare that he's taking off that mask unless he's being Bruce Wayne. Like, when he's Batman, he's Batman. But now you look at all these other ones like Iron Man's and Captain America, and any person that has a traditional mask, either they'll change it, like Hawkeye. He's got no mask now, even though he always had a mask, but now he doesn't. But it's like they'll take all these characters that are known for wearing masks. Even Thor. Thor was known for wearing a helmet. We got to see Chris Hemsworth's flowing blonde. God forbid he wears a damn helmet. But it's just one of those things where it's like they pay all this money for these actors. They don't have confidence in themselves and us as fans that we came to see that.
Yeah.
It goes back to the Transformer thing. Michael Bay gave us all the humans as if we came to see Shia LaBeouf. No, we came to see the Transformers. It's in the marquee. Have confidence in what you do. Give us what is, advertised. I want to see them in the mask. Unless they're being their alter egos, there should be no reason for them to take off their mask every 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, it's true. Got a comment from Holston85. It says, like, Will Smith is Deadshot, and he says, saying, how did he have his mask on? So I don't remember him having a mask a lot of the time.
He had it for 5 minutes in like the beginning part of the movie. He wore it like a handful of times for like less than a second, and then they replaced it with the little eyepiece thing because again, we need to show it's Will Smith. If we know it's Will Smith, you've casted Will Smith. He's not even the right Deadshot because he's black. That's another thing. Can I get a white Deadshot? Can I get, like I said, I'm all for diversity, but keep it out of my comics. Okay, keep it out of the comics. I have no problem for casting the right people for the right role, but it's when you try to sit there and flip the genders, flip the races, and you're selling it to people, one, who obviously don't know who they are, so you can get away with it. But then you have the true diehards who will come in and go, wait a minute, that's not Deadshot. And it's bad because now you're selling something to people that's not real. Because then when they go to the comic book stores, if they want to go in further, and they go, wait a minute, that doesn't look like Will Smith. Yeah. Go the Marvel route. Nick Fury was white. They took the Ultimate Universe and gave us the black Nick Fury, but they did that on purpose because they wanted Samuel L. Jackson. And they integrated him in a way that it was seamless, that you can accept it because they took it and it was an alternate universe.
Yeah. And Sam Jackson basically an exceptional actor as well. I think that's part of it.
Yeah, and he's a great actor, but they purposely made him for that. In fact, there was a comic book, I think it was the Ultimate Avengers, and the Avengers was sitting there talking about, if someone's to make a movie of us, who would you like to play you? And fucking Nick Fury's like, I'd like Samuel L. Jackson. So they made him look like Sam Jackson before they even asked Sam Jackson. Serious. They made him look like Sam Jackson just in the hopes to get him to play Nick Fury. They
baited him. They
basically baited him.
Yeah, well, they knew Sam wanted to play a role.
Yeah.
He's been banging on about it for fucking...
Yeah. So they purposely gave him his own personal fan service.
Yeah.
And it worked. But but they didn't take away from the original Nick Fury, because before the whole situation where they got rid of all their multiverses, there was still a white Nick Fury. And then there was a black Nick Fury, but they were on different Earths.
Yeah.
They didn't just all of a sudden one day go, Nick Fury's just black now. No. They didn't do that. They folded it in. They slowly let people get used to a black Nick Fury and then integrated him. They didn't just drop it in. But like the movies are different. They'll sit there and just go, bam, like the original Daredevil movie. We're just gonna give you a black kingpin. No explanation, no nothing. As if, like I said, original comic readers, we know who Wilson Fisk is. We know who the King is.
That white dude.
Yeah, he's not Michael Clark Duncan, God rest his soul, but it's not him. And it kills me.
Just quickly, again in the comments, we've got some comments about Judge Dredd, and Carl Urban's quite good at that role. I quite enjoyed that.
Carl Urban was badass as Judge Dredd.
I think he was badass. I quite enjoyed that. Just quickly on Turtles, my last thing on Turtles, and then maybe move to Transformers toys. So, as a kid, did you have any Turtle toys, and do you collect any now?
I had them all. I haven't collected now. I've been tempted to. Like I said, it's one of those things where, like, when I see something I want, I have to seriously negotiate it, because it's just, I got so much, man. I mean, as much, like, I've seen the figure arts and the NECAs, and I'll see them online, or they sell some at my Barnes and Noble, and I'm like, I really want it, but it's not that I can't afford it. It's just I don't know where to put it. I've got so much shit. I've still got Transformers still in packaging because I don't know where to put them right now. So I'm just like, I'm going to hold off on opening you till I can find a place to home so you can rest your head. Until then, you stay in package, my friend, and I want to let you out, Jazz. Even though they didn't paint your wheels, I still want to let you out.
I need to get that Jazz. Actually, my Jazz collection.
What about you, Tony? Did you collect any of the toys as a kid?
I had the original 4 of the Turtles when they were made by Playmates, and for some reason I just didn't go past that, and I ended up selling them. So that was about the extent of my figures, man.
Yeah. And what about now? I know it's not your favorite line, but is there any that tempt you that you could get like a really cool adult collectible model or figure of any of the characters? Would you be tempted?
If I did, I think it would have to be Shredder, man. No, not Shredder. Who is that rat fuck? I think it would have to be Splinter.
Splinter.
Yeah. If they made a pretty cool figure of Splinter, I'd jump on it.
Yeah. Wouldn't you break it if you jump on it though?
Unless I grabbed it by the hips. I'm joking.
Sorry, cheap shot. I know.
See, those are the turtles. I want those turtles that Blur's got over there. I want those. I've been looking at a Donatello, and I'm like, I want it so bad, but I don't. I wouldn't know where to put them. There
you go. So everyone, well, those that can see, but That's the Figots rap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are just like straight out of the cartoon, man, right there. Those are the spot on. I was tempted to get those or the ones that were based off the movie. They were kind of like a 12-inch scale, I think they were. I think they're from Hot Toys or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I really want them. They look so good, but it's just...
Mike Case has got those.
It's just like, I don't know where to put them. I think
They're really nice.
they would probably get jumped by my Transformers at night because they would outnumber them 20 to 1.
Yeah.
Plus, I got my Omega Supreme coming today finally after like 6 months of waiting.
Nice.
So yeah, he's definitely going to dominate the dojo. I don't have any room, man. It's a problem I'm happy to have, but it's still like...
It's still a problem.
Yeah, it's still a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I think for All in a Blur, she's obviously still collecting Turtles. She's got some upcoming reviews. So we'll watch out for that. For myself, I've got this, my Shredder. This is the first Gokin Shredder. And I am going to collect more Turtle stuff.
I'll be right back.
You want the crap, don't you?
I want Krang. Probably Krang is going to be my next one. And then I've got to get Bebop and Rocksteady. But yeah, I think once sort of we get past the wedding and all the things we've got to do this year, Turtles is definitely a fandom I'm sort of looking at. I've made this, I think, known a few times. Transformers I love, and I've got a lot of Transformers, but I think Motu, Turtles, other things are starting to sort of pique my interest a little bit because it's a change. And I do like it. What about you, Pex? Have you got any Turtle figures that you want to get? Or?
Don't. No, I did have some. I remember getting my first Turtle as well, still to this day. It was from a fun fair in Shrewsbury. And my parents and I, we'd all gone into town, and we popped in there, and they were rare as rocking horse shit. You couldn't get them for love nor money at the time. But the guy said, "Oh, we're getting a delivery at some point today." And so my parents were, well, never mind, try again another day sort of thing. And we'd gone off around town, done whatever. And I insisted we went back that way. And just as we were coming down the road, the delivery guy pulled up outside the store and started offloading the boxes. So we got to pick our turtle from a fresh box, like. And I had a Raph, and my brother had a Leonardo. And yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of other ones when I was a kid as well. We had a Bebop and a Rocksteady, and I think most of the rest of the Turtles. Yeah, I think we had the rest of the Turtles in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Really, really good Turtles.
But yeah, we kind of never really went back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they went away for a while, didn't they? Turtles have kind of come back now quite a big time and having films and having toys and shows, but they weren't having as much stuff before. I mean, actually, Mike Case was just mentioning the new show, earlier on in the comments. It's obviously got some traction with a new younger audience, which is important for anything to sustain.
The new Nick show is supposed to be really good. I haven't watched it really, to be fair, but not the new thing that's coming out, the one that's out at the moment on Nickelodeon, which has got crossover with the old Turtles.
Yeah.
Which apparently is supposed to be a really, really good series. I just haven't seen it.
The last thing I saw on the Turtles TV show was a live action one, and they'd introduced it was a fifth turtle.
The female turtle. Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That was the last thing I ever saw about it, and that was years ago when my son was a kid and he was flicking channels and having to stop on Nickelodeon.
Has anybody ever seen Turtles Forever?
I've heard of it.
Oh, it's really good. It's Turtles Multiverse, where they mixed in. I think it was not the Nickelodeon one, the one that kind of came a few years before it, and they mixed them with the originals, and it was a whole thing of, Turtles in the whole multiverse. and it went all the way back to the original comic book drawings of the Turtles.
Back when
In fact, you can probably find it on YouTube. It's called Turtles Forever. That's where I found it, and it's just like an hour-long cartoon of just the Turtles, and it's probably one of the best things I've seen, especially like turtle-wise. It's definitely self-aware. Like, you know, when the new Turtles meet the old 80s Turtles.
Is this the one where it starts off through in the jungle of South America or something like that?
Shit.
Something.
It might, but it's definitely the version of Shredder in the newer continuity. Shredder was an alien, and he meets up the original Shredder, and he's trying to destroy the Turtles, but he has to destroy Turtle Prime to get rid of the Turtles completely. Because, like I said, it's basically spanning every incarnation of the Turtles that's ever existed.
Right.
And like I said, if you're a Turtles fan, I definitely recommend check it out. Like I said, you can probably find it on YouTube, and it's just called Turtles Forever.
Sweet. I want to check that out. Got some other comments. Patrick Prime Reviews just said he started watching the show with his son on Nickelodeon, and it's quite enjoyable. It's on Netflix. Also, the comment from Chocho, he says Turtle Forever was awesome. Holson85 says he got a Venus toy, and Daniel Collins, his favourite toy from the Turtles was Slash. I think the original Turtles, my favourite toy was what's the name of that rabbit?
Yosaki Ojimbo.
Yosaki Ojimbo, that's the one. And I saw a review of that original toy that I used to have, and it was on a channel called Collecting My Thoughts on YouTube. So check that out if you get a chance. And he does some cool stuff.
Just to let people know, it's just dropped that Godzilla vs Kong starts filming in October.
I'm all over it.
Yeah.
That's Tony's jam.
That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun.
I need that shit right now, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Let's hope for all of our sakes they don't spend 45 minutes at the beginning of the film focusing on some random American soldier.
Oh, they will. They will. You've already spoiled the first 20 minutes of the film. You've already spoiled it for me.
Oh, well.
You already know that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of people doing a lot of talking. You're going to see a lot of big shadowy figures, and then like 15 minutes to the end, that's when
they
you
need
get the
that
money.
build-up, man. They need that build-up.
That's when you get the money shot. The 15 minutes at the end.
Don't forget, you forgot the one very key point of all these films. At some point, some small Asian man must go, Godzilla!
Godzilla! Godzilla!
It's not official. It's not canon.
Listen, just bring back Ken Watanabe and let him say, "Let them fight." Let them fight, and I'll be happy. But yeah, you already know that's what's going to happen. Come on, man. Let's.
So Chocho's just asked a question. Thoughts on Batman TMNT comics? I've only seen a little bit of that myself. I did catch some of it. I thought it was okay. I read volume 1 of the IDW. I think it's IDW.
I've got the whole story arc. It's okay. It's okay. It's a nice little crossover. Shit hits the fan when the Joker and who's it? No, it's Ra's al Ghul and Shredder hook up. And it's spoilers. They turn all of Batman's rogues into mutants, so they're all different animal forms. It's pretty wild, but it was definitely. I know they did a sequel to it. I haven't got to that one yet, but it was decent. And it was like a little 6-story arc run. I think you can get it now with the whole thing in trade now, but yeah, it's good. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, this sounds like right up my alley. That's my jam. So Batman and the Turtles in one comic, I'm down.
I find that interesting because when you said Batman and Turtles crossover, I just pictured like the Turtles and then the how it should have ended version of Batman, just showing them going, I'm Batman, and then something would happen. It's just that kind of. I expected it to be slightly more comical than.
Oh, I mean, it's good. There's a little scene where they first meet, and Michelangelo, he's all like kind of fanboyed out about the Batmobile and shit. And then the turtles start fighting Batman, and they're all it's kind of a stalemate because Batman's good in the martial arts, the turtles all about the martial arts, so it's kind of it's a bit of a stalemate. And Splinter's like, just stop fighting. You're not gonna beat this dude. Like, just cut it out. it's fucking Batman.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a definitely, I would say, if you're into Turtles, if you're into Batman, it's definitely worth the read. Like I said, I think they did a sequel to it. I don't know if it's out or it's done. Like I said, I just went through the first 6 series story arc, but it was definitely something like I said, if it's one of those crossovers you didn't expect, so it was something different, but definitely worth the read.
So Chocho's just said there's a new DC run going on now with that as well.
Okay.
That's interesting. Okay, so let's move on to Transformers now, just to finish off. So I guess the simple question is, we've got Power of the Primes, we spoke about it a little bit on our Star Wars podcast last month. Power of Prime's really starting to reveal a little bit more. I think since last month, we've now got the Predator King stuff come out.
That's all I need. If I don't get anything else, I need that fucking Predator King. I really need that fucking Predator King like that. That's been something that's been lacking in my collection forever now. Because the only one that's been out is a couple third parties, and they're asking like $500 to $600.
Yeah.
So I mean, as much as I'd like to pay that kind of money, I don't. So I'll take $100 Hasbro, especially like this. It's a decent scale. It's right up there with the Combiner World Devastator as far as height's concerned.
Yeah.
And like I said, just from what I saw from Toy Fair, it's just like, yes, give me that. Give me the Terracons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's a few figures in the line that I'll be like, what, I don't need everyone. Like I said, I've already started my Dinobots. I'm waiting for the next wave of Dinobots to come out so I can finish that whole thing.
Snarl and Sludge, I need that shit.
Yeah, I got Swoop, I got Slag, I got the Grimlock again, still in box.
They look good too, bro.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm mainly concerned with them combiners. Like I said, I got Prime, I got Rodimus. I want the purple Rodimus because that looks good too. And like I said, I saw the Starscream. Yeah. I'm good without. Now it'd be different if they gave us because it's weird. Like, okay, you give us a Starscream, but give us the Seekers. You know what I mean? Give me a Thundercracker. Give me Skywarp. Stop just giving us Starscream. When you give one, you have to give the rest, even the Coneheads. Like, just don't give. Like, if you're gonna do a combiner, like if you're gonna give us Starscream, I would say if you're gonna give us a combiner and make Starscream the main focus, then make the other parts the other Seekers. Like, that's like almost kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, and I guess it's not even hard, is it, at that point? Because at the end of the day, these things are repaints. Yeah. So if you're doing the one, why haven't you done the others?
Yeah, like it's almost like it's a no-brainer. Like, how did that not cross your mind? Like, well, we got this mold, we got a whole jet mold. Let's do something with it.
Yeah, you go change a couple of wings up and a couple of heads when you've got the lot.
Do a little tweaking on the model. Paint and fucking mass produce. Like, come on.
Well, there you go. Though you just used the word paint, and Hasbro's allergic to that shit.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to pull a little Inception here. I'm trying to plant that seed.
Yeah.
But it's just like, how hard is it to do that? Like, because clearly this new Starscream is a combiner. So give us the rest of the Seekers.
It would make sense, wouldn't it? What about yourself, Tony? What you, after you mentioned you like Dinobots, what else are you looking for?
Well, check this out. Apparently, I think it's Magic Square. They're coming out with a space. I think a space skimming, and it's a third-party Cyclonus that looks just like the Shield Cyclonus from I believe 2007, and dude, that shit looks hot. That shit looks so good, and I need it, man. So it's supposed to come out in March. I pre-ordered it on tfsource.com for I think it was like $40, man. So and I talked to Zach about it, and he fucking jumped on it too. So yeah, I'm excited, man.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a Cyclonus, the Dinobots, and anything else that you're into.
I also want the other 2 Dinobots to come out, so I could form that badass Volcanicus.
It's the legs, isn't it? It's missing.
Yes. Other than that, I'm still trying to score a Sky Shadow, man, because I can't find his ass nowhere.
Really?
Yeah. Can you believe it?
I'm surprised, man.
If I see one while I'm down here, I'll let you know.
Okay. Cause I scored what the hell's his name? The other one, Overlord, and he's bad as shit to me. And I'm trying to score Sky Shadow too, but I still haven't seen him anywhere. I'm about to jump on Amazon for his ass though.
Yeah, you probably have to now, but I mean, I found, like I said, I managed to find him at my comic book store. I still never seen the Overlord anywhere, but I really didn't want him because I got the MMC version, and that right there, that checks all the boxes for me.
Same. Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of MMC, I just got this guy, which is
nice.
Oh, wow.
Aero Bravo or Beta? Aero Beta?
This is not. This is Wing.
Oh, okay. It's a plane.
He's supposed to be Drift's mentor. Now Drift is going to come out in this same mold, just in a car form. But I got him first because I was like, oh, this looks like a badass samurai looking thing, so I had to get him. But I'm definitely getting the Drift. I'm probably going to get the black version because I like the car mode. It looks like a Batmobile. And yeah, I'm digging this dude, man. Anything, he got like 3 swords, so how could you go wrong?
It's a fair point.
It's good.
Yes, it is good. It is definitely. And I got so many new figures, man. I'm still sitting here. I sit here trying to decide what I'm going to review next. Like I did my Black Panther figure review. Now I got this guy next.
Oh, damn. Wolverine.
Yeah, this Wolverine is fucking tits. I mean, it is. It's just. I'm hoping because when it comes to Marvel Legends, I don't do the 6-inch. I collect all the 12-inch ones. I find they're just a lot more, presentable on my shelf. Except for Marvel Selects. I like their designs. But,
I like them too, man. Yeah.
But I'm hoping they make more of the 12-inch because, I mean, it's definitely for those who want to collect and are not really into collect. For me, the 6-inch ones are more of a toy, as these seem more of a collectible, in my opinion.
Like a damn statue and shit, man.
Yeah, it's a more posable statue. So I'm hoping they make more because the last 2 they came out with was the Wolverine and the Black Panther. Now, I don't know if they got any more coming down, but, fingers crossed, hopefully they do make more because I've got pretty much all of them. Captain America, I got Thor, I got Iron Man, I got Deadpool. In fact, I got to go to Toys R Us this weekend to find the X-Force Deadpool. So I'll be hunting this weekend. So,
what about you, Pex? What's your Transformers?
Well, I haven't bought anything. Yeah, I haven't bought anything in a long time. I did see Six Shot today in B&M.
Oh, I got that one. Yeah.
I nearly picked it up, and I also saw Broadside in a very, very empty Toys R Us.
Yeah,
because that's just gone. So
I went to that Toys R Us in Shrewsbury where you are. I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and man, they didn't put the prices down on anything.
No, everything's down like at least 50% in there now. But there's fucking
Went at the wrong time.
yeah. You know how it used to be like 3 layers deep after you went around that first section? Well, now it's the first section and that row. That's it. The entire back of the store's gone. It's empty. They've got it boarded off because it's all that Lego gone. That entire back wall gone. Everything's empty.
That'll be the end of our big toy store in the entire of Shropshire then.
Yeah. Entertainer's the only place left now. That place is fucking crazy.
Isn't there a Smythes over in
Smiths.
Oswestry? Smiths.
No, it's Telford. You have to
Telford.
go the other way. Telford is where we've got a big Smiths. And that's nice enough place, but it's a trek. You got to get there, so to speak. I mean, you can get there on the train, but Smiths is then outside of not in the town centre. So it's a bit of a walk out to get to if you're not driving.
Yeah, Graham Collect 75 just said exactly the same at his Toys R Us actually. That it's closed down and it's
Oh, that sucks.
It's a desolate hellhole. Well, a lot of them in England are closing down.
Yeah,
they decided to kill a lot of ours. They don't make it much.
They are. What about yourself, Boy in a Blur? What's your pickups? I know you said Dinobots. I mean, you've seen that they don't look great when they combine. I know Steve, let us know what he thought of them as well on the last podcast. But what do you think? Do you like them for individual modes?
Yeah, it'll be individual modes. I wouldn't combine them. I've got an MP Grimlock, which I'm not fussed about getting a Grimlock. But the other ones, I'm quite happy to have the other Dinobots. So I'm quite looking forward to them. I want to get.
What else? What else do you like the look of? Anything taking you fancy from Power of the Primes, etc.?
Not really. I think that's pretty much the only things I'm particularly fussed about is the Dinobots. Unless I do a blur, and then I'll have that. But I'm not being a blur.
I think that's why only pickup is a Jazz. I need to pick up a copy of that Jazz. Speaking
of Blur, I need that Fans Toys Blur. When I saw that, I was just like, yes. Because I got the Unique Toys one, and it's okay. But I already know Fans Toys is going to fucking shoot it out the box. Okay, real quick question, though. Okay, so, with, the new Power of the Primes, we've always got, we've got Metroplex, we've got Trypticon, we've got Fort Max. When are we getting a Scorponox?
So that's been pushed back. I know it's on the cards, but that's been pushed back. I mean, if you look at the stuff that they're doing, you sort of look at the lines. You've got the MP line. So they blurred the lines because they said, well, MP was all G1 characters. Then they introduced some Beast Wars. They're now introducing some Bayverse. Then they've come and done this studio stuff. Then they've got the Power of the Primes. Then they've obviously still got some RAD stuff that's just trailing out now. And I believe that the next stuff is going to be for the Bumblebee movie. So they've got a plan of lines coming out. And I think that the Scorpionox is getting pushed out because of these things. And just quickly, the stuff I'm interested in from Power of Primes is not a lot. I'm interested in the Terracons.
Yes.
I don't know if I'll bother with the Predacons. I'm not sure because I've got the MMC.
Yeah.
You got
the Shuriken. Is it called?
Feral Rex.
No, Feral Rex. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that, so I probably don't need it. I've got Feral Rex, Poseidon, which is the Seacons. I've got Ordin, which is the Terracons. The reason I want to get the Power of the Primes Terracons is because I don't want to keep discombining my Unique Toys Abominus, my Ordin. I want to leave him on the shelf as he's combined mode, and I want some smaller ones to fiddle with. And I think the Power of the Primes ones are going to be just fine for that. So I don't know. I think other than those Terracons, the only other thing I like the look of is what's his name? Blackout, is it? The helicopter from the new studio stuff.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Daniel Collins knows he's watching.
Oh, and the primal look, yeah. Somebody was saying in the comments, the primal one too, the optimal Primus one they got coming out.
Yeah,
that looks pretty good too. I might have to jump on that, even though I wasn't. Like I said, I'm like this when it comes to the Beast Wars, but I do like that Optimus Primal. That looks pretty good, so I might have to check that out. You know, just out of sheer curiosity.
Catch you later, Joe. Joe's having to go now.
Bye, Joe.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I've got the I'm useless for names, third-party names. I just can't remember. What's the Transmetal Beast Wars Optimal Primal? Is it Optimal?
Yeah, I think it's Optimal Primal, something like that.
Or Optimal Optimus, one of them. I've got the Beast Garira from Perfect Effect. And
oh yeah, that's a good one right there too.
Yeah, Dolkar's got him as well. I think we both agreed he's a fun. I like the robot mode best. That's great. In fact, Mike Case has him. He loves him. His robot mode's great. His gorilla mode is just fine. You know, it's good. His vehicle modes sort of thing, I'm not interested in his vehicle mode stuff. It's a bit of a fiddle, and it doesn't really float my boat. Now, if I was more of a fan of the show, I'd probably have a different opinion. But because I never really got into that, it was sort of just before my time of getting back into Transformers. I don't have an affiliation with it, so to me, I can't sort of have those goggles on and say, oh, this is great. But the robot mode and the gorilla mode, I think it's just fabulous. It's such a big chunky thing. It's great. So whether I'll pick up the Power of the Primes one, I don't know if I would. But it does look all right from what I've seen, the Power of the Primes one.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially for a Hasbro figure, is when attention to detail, they're not really known for that. So after just seeing what they got, test samples, I was like, wow, that, especially the robot mode, I'm like, wow, that looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely looking forward for that. Predaking, like I said, that's a must. The Terracons, yeah, definitely a must. And then finish off my Dinobots, and then it's basically, if I see something in the line that I'm like, you know what, I'll go get it, and the rest I'm not that kind of like I have to complete the line. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna buy what suits my taste.
It's gonna tickle my fancy shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I had when I bought these guys here, they had the Dredge Wing, and I looked at it and I'm like, it doesn't speak to me. I'm not really feeling it, so I left him, and I'm like, just give me the bots, give me the Dinobots, give me the Prime, give me the Rodimus, and I'll be on my way.
Yeah. I feel like that. I mean, my ultimate agenda is to have a third party of all of the combiners that are big, and then possibly to get like the Hasbro versions to play with in the alt modes to muck about with. And I'm sort of about, I don't know, third or a fifth maybe, only the way there realistically, but I don't need all of them. I just want the ones I really, really want. And quite often I don't see the ones that I want. They don't come out. The ones that have come out aren't quite doing it for me, or they're a bit pricey. I do like the look of those Zeta toys.
Yes.
Yeah.
The aerial bots. That and I know Fans Toys, they got their aerial bots coming out soon, but them Zeta ones are looking pretty damn good on their own. So it's kind of a toss-up of like, do I want to go with the one that's already out, or do I want to wait and see what Fans Toys has to offer? Because, like I said, I'm a Fans Toys fanboy. Yeah. So, I'm just kind of waiting and seeing. My main thing is I really, really want that Pharaoh Rex, but it's so expensive. If they could drop at least $200 off of it, I'd be in business. But that hasn't come to pass, so I'm kind of playing the long game right now. So it's just hopefully one day they'll decide, hey, let's drop $200 off of it. But I'm trying to be optimistic.
I guess unless someone releases another version or something.
I mean, is there even a knockoff of them? Is anybody making a?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and it's garbage.
It is? Okay.
There's actually two. There's two knockoffs. There's the one you had, Pex, which was garbage. And there's a black repaint of it that is actually pretty good. And I had it in hand at TF Nation, it was oversized, and it was actually better plastic than the one you had.
Okay, well, mine wasn't oversized and mine was garbage.
Okay, well, then that answers my question then. So,
yeah. Demian in Transformers and such about it because he's got the oversized black one, and it was his actually I was playing with, and I had a go with the original black repaint of Velrex as well because Matt Dobie had that TF Nation, and that was just looked. I mean, I love my original one, but I have to say the black did pop with the purple highlights.
I've seen that one too, and it looks great. But I'm like I said, I'm more of a G1. I need that original color.
Yeah,
like,
I understand.
I like I said, it's not a bad looking figure, but it would still I'd still be like, I want the orange and black because that's what I know. You know, I've been indoctrinated with G1. That's all I know. You know, I can't. But speaking of which, Wei Zhang, if you can hear this, please make a knockoff Pharaoh Rex. I heard your Megatron was really, really good.
It was.
Make a Pharaoh Rex. Make something. Make a Predaking, please.
That Wei Zhang are just going to get some money. I mean, that's the only...
Shit.
Have you got any of that Wei Zhang goodness, Tony?
Did they make Pharaoh Rex? Or was that when Jimbo or something?
Sorry, say that again.
Didn't they do a rip-off of MMC's Pharaoh Rex?
Who?
Or was that Jimbo, whatever it's called?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I'm sure. Well, somebody did a knockoff of that Pharaoh Rex, and they did it in the Nero Rexes as well.
Yeah, I mean, Hot Rodney Prime would know the answer to this, so he's the man to ask.
But I'm hearing nothing but good things. In fact, I was talking. I'm sorry. I was talking to the Monolith. He was telling me about that Wei Zhang Megatron. I've been hearing nothing but good things. And I'm just like, I kind of want to get it, but I'm not sure yet.
Oh, yeah. Myself and Monolith are like both of the same mind when it comes to that. It is just so damn fantastic. You know, the way that they put that thing together. It just looks awesome on the shelf. And for the price point, you can't knock it. It's my first Wei Zhang purchase, so it's really set me up now for expectation with their other stuff. As I asked, Tony, are you planning to pull the trigger on any of the Wei Zhang stuff? Have you got your eye on anything?
Yeah. After seeing one of the latest episodes of Boston Sauce, man, I think it was Mike. He had the Mega Master, and I fell in love with that shit, dude. As soon as I saw it, and so to tell you the truth, I think that's gonna be the next third-party figure that I'm gonna buy, man.
Yeah, I can understand that. Because for the price, what you're getting is just insane.
Yeah, I know. TF Source has him for, I think it's 120, man, and he's altogether worth it, bro. Just, I mean, I need him like right now.
Yeah, and I think as well that there's a few options. I mean, most people know this already, but I'm just going to say Megatron's my favourite Transformer character as a character. Him and Galvatron, depending on the continuity. If you're talking UK Marvel Comics, I loved Galvatron. If you're talking the cartoon and the movie, then I really did like Megatron. So, but I do love the character, so I don't mind having a few iterations of those. Yeah. And there's another version. I think it's called the IT version or something, which looks really good as well. Have you seen that one?
Oh, really? No, I haven't actually. No.
Yeah, it's not oversized. It's the same as the official MP. And in fact, it's a complete knockoff of the original MP. But the parts are just better. It doesn't have the paint issues and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I know everyone has been praising the MP36, but because of his paint chipping issues and all of that crap, and of course, the price is like $250, which I'm like, damn, that shit's expensive as shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? I don't think I can come up with those kind of clams right now.
Yeah, so, especially they got that Dinobot coming out. I'm like, dude, $250. Are you serious? Like seriously, I mean, come on, like Takara, and while we're on that subject, like okay, Takara's now dipped into. They're making the Beast Wars. They're making the movie Transformers. They're not even done with G1.
I know, man. Yeah,
Like they got so many characters that they missed out on. Like you're literally leaving money on the table.
Oh yeah.
Like okay, you gave us an Inferno. You gave us an Inferno. You gave us a fucking Grapple. You don't give us a Jazz. We don't got a Cliff Jumper, a Trailblazer, a Huff, fucking Mirage, Hound. Should I go on? Should I go on? Like, come on.
The list is long, man. Yeah.
Did they even finish the Seekers?
No, they finished the Seekers. They finished the Seekers. They got
did.
them all. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they ever did the Coneheads.
Oh, they did the Coneheads. They knocked that out quickly. But it's like everything else, like there's an entire cast that you could be capitalizing on. And
There's
it's like
too many characters, man.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is Masterpiece was the benchmark. You set the standard and the third parties followed. Now you're playing catch up with the third party.
Yeah, and that shit ain't right.
Yeah, they should be following your lead, not the other way around.
I mean, the crazy thing is, I guess, from the consensus of our ages as well. When you talk about G1, you are going to get the odd younger person that will go out and get the G1, but for the most part, I personally think it's guys my age and our age that are more likely to be interested in a Masterpiece G1 figure. So as we sort of get older and move on to other things, if we're not careful, they're not giving us what we want. They're missing the boat, right?
Oh, they're missing it big time. I mean, come on. Look, I look at this Springer. This is a top-notch Springer. Now, this is Fans Toys, and two other companies and a knockoff have made a Springer, and Takara hasn't. Like, come on,
They should have made that shit a long time ago, bro.
Like, you should have been going through season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, then jump into Beast Wars, and then if you want, jump into the movieverse stuff. But you're all over the place where 1 minute you give us an Optimus Primal, then you give us a Sunstreaker, and then you give us a Bumblebee from the movies, and it's like, finish the G1.
I know.
There's so many characters out there that are still not there. Like, there's not a legit Cliff Jumper that I have seen yet, and you've got the Bumblebee mode. Just
What about
a goddamn Cliff Jumper?
Can you imagine an MP Mind Wipe? I'd blow my shit, man.
Everything, Insecticons, freaking, I mean, just there's so many, even the obscured characters, there's so many, and you could be making money hand over fist right now. And,
do you think the problem is that they're looking at it and saying, well, there's a lot of unemployment, there's a lot of people losing their jobs, and collectors will spend money, they will collect, but maybe they don't have the money to buy all these figures if you release them too quickly. Do you think
I don't think it's if you release it too quickly, because it's the thing of, as long as it exists, it'll be bought. I buy figures that came out years ago. If you're still available and I can purchase it, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I just recently got the Acid Storm. He's been out for years. But
that was my first MP figure. Actually.
He was available. I found him and I got him. It doesn't matter how old it is. A collector's going to buy it regardless of when it came out. It's not a question of, is it the new?
I'm still buying old shit. Yeah.
It's a question of, do you have what I need to complete my collection? Like I said, I'm trying to complete the whole Autobot Decepticon G1 lineup. I'm trying to go from season 1 to season 4 if I can. But right now I'm focusing on just season 1 and 2, and I'm halfway there. But 50% of my Autobot cast is not even Takara.
It's third party shit.
Yeah, it's third party, and and I mean, I'm not mad about it, but it's just the thing of, you should have been first. You should have been there first to give me that option of which one should I choose, because I mean, more than likely, I probably would have went with Takara.
They should be front runner right now, bro.
That's interesting because I mean I generally prefer the third party to the MPs, but then I think that's mainly because I find that the MPs that I've had at least tend to be very fragile, like the car formers and stuff.
That's true too. That's true too. I had one break on me, so
yeah, I've had them break, and I'm not heavy-handed or anything with them. I think that the Seeker molds have got some very weak plastics, some very flimsy bits.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's because that mold is so old that it's basically deteriorated with time. Now that one that just came out, I think was it Make Toys who did the Starscream.
I haven't had that in hand, but I know the one you mean. It looks great.
Yeah,
Meteor, isn't
yeah, that looks fucking tits.
Yeah.
Like if they come out with more Seekers in that mold, I might just have to upgrade to that just because it's different than what we've been getting from the Seeker mold.
But I've also heard that is it called the KBB or something? I can't remember they are. Again, I don't even know. But Warcard's got the Skywalk knockoff, and it is a copy of the.
You're talking about the Kumbao.
Yeah, I think so.
I've got them, and they are pretty good. I will say this because they are a knockoff. My Thundercracker did break on second transformation, which broke my heart because I'm a Thundercracker fan. But as far as joints and tolerances, they are pretty top notch. But that is that roll of the dice because they're a knockoff. That you are getting somewhat of an inferior product. But nowadays some of the knockoffs are doing as good or as better as official companies. It's just a kind of, you're dancing with that, chance of you might get it copy that's less than good quality.
Yeah. And I think that's true with a lot of the products as well. Right, just to finish off, because we're getting to that time, quick show of hands. Who thinks there's a connection between those of us who love our Transformers and our geek stuff and also love heavy metal?
Oh, I love metal.
Me too.
Metal.
And that's Tony. Right, so I'm counting Tony, myself, Smith. I think that's all in a blur. What about you, Pex?
No, I'll keep my hands down.
I love
we got 4 out of 5. And that
I love me some Judas Priest.
Yes.
I love some Iron Maiden, and my best fictional metal characters would be Def Clock because Def Clock rocks.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like metal music. I just don't believe there to be a connection. That's just
okay. So it would have been a 5 out of 5 for liking metal, but
yeah. You asked if you thought there was a connection.
I think there is a connection because if you go back to the '86 movie, that soundtrack was pure metal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that '86 movie was pure metal, but...
and it worked. I mean, it worked. Like it fit the tone of the movie. The songs that they picked for each scene almost told the story without you having to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just works. That big '80s rock, hard guitar solo riffs, and just to cleanse your palate, give you a little Weird Al, just make it lighten the mood just a little bit. But yeah, everything about that was just hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. Well, here's the thing. I don't believe that the two are connected by just being connected. I think the two were perfectly timed, but I don't believe there to be a connection. The metal existed, that the right type of music existed and was popular at the right time for the right movie to come along and use it. But yeah, that's just my take.
What do you reckon, Tony? What's your thoughts?
I can ride the fence on both sides, actually, man, because I mean, when the Transformers soundtrack came out, I was listening to harder shit anyway. So when that type of music came out, I was like, okay, because it wasn't Slayer or it wasn't Anthrax or like fucking Metallica, but I don't know, man.
Of course.
Yeah, right. So I mean, to tell you the truth, it just seems like a coincidence, man. Like, you know, if you listen to metal, you collected these types of toys. I don't know. I mean, you know,
I would further that argument by saying, if you guys ever watch, he's another YouTuber. He's a UK countryman of yours, Fuse Awesome Reviews.
Yeah.
I don't know if when he does his transformation and he plays that metal while he does it, that shit fucking rocks, man. I'm sorry. Shout out to him. I love his shtick. I love how he puts those videos together and he does that quick-handed transformation with that metal. It just like, it gets me fucking pumped, man. It does. I'm sorry. It does.
I feel you, man.
It is good. I do love my bit of metal. And what about you, Tony? What's your favourite band? What's your favourite metal band?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, me. My favorite metal band, dude. You know, I listen to a lot of different shit, but the stuff that, you know, I have that warm, you know, the feeling for is Iron Maiden, bro. I mean, I love Iron Maiden. You know, I listen to all kinds of fast shit. I listen to all kinds of slow shit. But Iron Maiden, dude, that's my number one, I mean, fucking go-to shit, bro. You know, so, yeah, I think it'd be Iron Maiden, man.
Awesome.
Priest, Maiden, Metallica, just give me a hard drum beat, a fucking fast guitar riff, and just some loud, aggressive, just like fucking blow your eardrums out. Just
some driving shit that
just that shit that makes you just you know, like you just fucking suck down a whole thing of coffee. It's like, I'm fucking ready. I'm fucking ready for whatever's coming.
Yeah,
like you're ready to charge into battle, and there is no battle. Like, where is it?
I know. I love that shit.
Awesome. Right then. Well, I'm going to shut it down, but just before we do, again, quick shout out to Smith's Awesome Reviews. Link's going to be below. Toast and Toys, link is going to be below. And thank you very much for watching. It's been a load of fun. Thank you everyone for your comments. It's really engaging. And we look forward to seeing you all in Transformers and such.
Thanks for having me again, man. Thanks, man. It's always a pleasure being here.
Been a blast.
Subscribe to those boys and also go subscribe to Tonka Saw because I want Kumite.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about, go see it. just trust me. Want to be amused for 4 hours and watch grown men argue about bullshit? Go watch that YouTube. That man is fucking perfect.
All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.
Peace.